Hi, it's Kat, and today I'm going to be making a card with Festive Friends from our 2023 Christmas Blockbuster. The top set I am using is Merry Christmas to Moo. So this time we're going to be making a stepper card. So I've got the printed cardstock. I'm going to start by cutting this down to 28 centimetres. I'm going to pop this onto my scoreboard, and we're working in centimetres, so I need to make sure it's on the correct side. And this is going to be a centre stepper, so we're going to come and I'm just going to mark first at 14 and we're going to go all the way across. And this is just so I know where my centre point is. I'm now going to go back on to my trimmer. And as a guide, I'm going to use the edge of the border that comes down here in between the snowflakes and the top. And I want to, actually I've not got centimetres on here, so I'm going to have to mark. Have we got a ruler? So let me find out how many I want to come in. So it's about 3.5 centimetres, so I can mark this on the back from each side. 3.5 centimetres. So I'm going to mark that at the top on the bottom so I can make sure I get a nice straight line. I'm going to do that on both sides because both sides are going to step. So 3.5, 3.5. And if you just go in with light pencil marks, you can easily rub these out afterwards. Make sure I've got myself some room. And just give yourself a guideline. And this is so we know where to mark our score lines when it comes to trimming later. So now we've got that on there, I can put this back on my scoreboard and we are going to score each side. We're going to score at 3, 6 and 10. So that's 2 3 cm, and this will give us a gap of 2 4 cm here. And then on our back panel we are going to score at 21, and this will leave us 2 7 cm sections. And then we're going to turn it over because it's just easier to score from the top, and this time we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to score at 7 cm. This one will be 18 cm, 22 centimetres and 25 centimetres. And now we've got our marks, we can put this back on the trimmer and we know exactly where we need to trim. So what you want to do, this pencil line that we've drawn in, you want to make sure that that's lined up in your track line. Move your blade to a central position, and then we are just going to trim down that line from our bottom score line to our top score line. And we're going to do that on both sides. So again, blade in a central position from that top score line to the bottom score line. And then if you fold it in half, and then we're just going to mountain and valley fold these pieces into place. Easier said than done sometimes. There we go. Work from the back. And we'll score all them down. So just give them a good burnish, and there we have our centre stepper card. So now we can decorate it up. I'm going to take our lovely topper here with the mum and calf. We'll pop this out. I'm going to go in and add some foam pads. So we'll take our strip foam pads that we can bend round our circle frame. And let's pop this in the centre here. And then I'm going to add 2 layers of foam pads to this one, so it's popping out even further from the frame. So it's just doubling up on those foam pads. We're going to pop that in the centre, like that. We're going to go in with Mooey Christmas. I'm going to pop that over the bottom. We're just going to layer that onto the bottom of that frame, and then we'll take a couple of the little elements from here and we're just going to layer these on to our background. So again, let's use our foam pads. I find it easier if you stick your foam pad on first when you're doing steppers, and then you know it's not going to show over the back. So we can pop that one in there. I'm going to bring this one down the front. To this bottom corner. And again, let's finish with some gold gems just around this outer frame. Right out flat's a little bit easier to do that. So I'm going to put 2 at the top there, and then I'm going to run some down these back panels. And the same on the other side, just in the centre. Fold everything back up into place. And there we have our Merry Christmas to Moo centre stepper card.